Mark, what do you think happens with Harry Kane right now?
I think he's staying. I genuinely do. I genuinely think he's gonna sign another sort of 3 or 4 years, and then that's it.
Why do you think
He's
that?
been. I don't know. It's just because I look at the options around, right? Like I don't see him going to United. He's definitely not going to Europe. There's no way he's moving out of the country. He's too much. He wants the. He's got. Yeah, I mean, players move around even with kids and stuff. Like stick them in different schools, international schools, and all that sort of stuff. It can all be done if you've got the money. But it's not that. I think he wants the Premier League record, so he's definitely staying in the Premier League. Where is he going? He's not going to City. Haaland's there, and is there for a long time unless Real eventually decide to buy him. The only place he could really go was United. I don't think he's going anywhere else in London. But I don't know if United is the one for him. I think we're gonna hire a really class manager, and he doesn't. I don't think in his heart of hearts he wants to go anywhere else. Like he's Spurs through and through, man. And I think he knows winning something with Spurs would be so much sweeter than winning anything really anywhere else.
Do you not think though that if Manchester United get bought out by a Qatari owner, that it doesn't matter. They've got so much money. It doesn't matter if they can offer Tottenham Hotspur 100 million or 150 million pound to get Kane out of Tottenham and to Manchester United. Do you not think Daniel Levy would take that, Rick?
I mean, I've heard that he doesn't want to do business with either of the Manchester clubs again. I think he feels that we paper talk, which I believe wholeheartedly. So, I just don't think that.
Do you not think that he would take £100 million if it was offered on a plate right now, given the fact that next year he could leave for nothing?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I hope he doesn't. But
I think it would have to be an outrageous offer, something so good. Not just like 10% over or 20% over what you're asking. It's got to be like 50%. Like you, something to make you think, fucking it. You do know how much you've just put in to transfer for Kane, yeah? And they're like, yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, 180. Yeah, go on. Well, how do I close out the transaction then, Daniel? Then you'll be like, fucking hell, these guys mean business. There was a slight kind of. Can you imagine if like Poch is unveiled at Chelsea, and he puts his hand out to Kane to say, "Come Chelsea, come join us, unite the clans." Tries to get him that way, tries to reignite that friendship over there. And because Poch has gone Chelsea and he doesn't think it's a rivalry and it's okay to do, doesn't tarnish his reputation, maybe like he can convince Harry to do it. I don't think he will, but it's, what about Liverpool? I'm saying all these things and I don't believe it. I'm saying all these things, but I think he is going to stay, like Mark says. I just don't, he's got Tottenham running through his veins. He's been there as a young kid. His family are secure, and I just don't think they want to be uprooted. And yes, I know that they can stay in London and he can travel back and forth. But you always see with people like Kane, Conte, or whatever, when they're talking about challenging for the league or for trophies or for whatever, it's all about consistency. And there's always a thing that if he moves to City, if he moves to United, it might not be the right environment. The travelling back and forth might tire him. It could be anything. He's in this perfect environment for him to grow and to continue to score. Now, Tottenham, for us, we've been having a shit season. He's still belted in 26 goals or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Do you not think he's looking at Haaland at City and thinking, I could have done that? People could have been talking about me in that same way.
It's like your first album. Everyone loves it. Let's see what you do in your second album, son.
He's going to score. It's not the same. He's going to
right.
He's going to destroy records. He will.
Do you think? Do you think Haaland will beat the record he set this season,
if he
his second season.
No, maybe not. But if he stays in England for the next 10 years, Kane will beat Shearer's record, but Haaland will beat Kane's record, probably.
Yeah, but can you see Haaland staying at City for 10 years?
No, he'll go to Real Madrid. And
He will.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, agree.
What do you
Kane
make
wants it, man. He wants it, and I just think he knows that this is probably going to be the best place for him to achieve that.
I hope so.
I agree. And we've got got more money to play with now as well. I think we're gonna, he's on 200k now. He'll easily get 50 more, 75 more than that on top of that. So what is it he would go for? Do United have a better chance than us next season of winning a Premier League? I mean, yeah, if they get bought by a Qatari side, possibly.
No, absolutely.
But it would still take them. Well, absolutely, but it would still take them at least 2 seasons. You've got Newcastle, who are already there with a Saudi backer, so they're already a season ahead against.
No.
Ahead of them.
Manchester United have more money. They create more revenue than anybody. So they could spunk £500 million in one transfer window. And
that doesn't. You've still got City there. That doesn't buy them the Premier League.
It buys them Harry Kane though.
Yeah, but that doesn't buy you Premier League. So that's my point. Is
I'm interested in the Premier League.
Going for?
I'm interested in whether or not our fucking star player is going to leave us.
What's he interested in? Why would he go? He would go to
trophies.
To win something. Trophies, right? To win something. I don't think he values that as highly as what he did when he was 24, when he was still, breaking through pretty much to a certain degree. I think he values other things. Not that he doesn't want to win trophies. I think he just values all these other things. And I think the older he gets, he puts more value in things like Ricky said, family and everyone being comfortable and him being secure and things like that. He would have to. I think City guarantees you trophies. United don't guarantee. I know they've got a trophy this year, but they don't. It doesn't guarantee you trophies going really anywhere else in this league than City.
Is there any world where we gamble on not selling Harry Kane this summer and just thinking maybe we get the right manager in, we buy some decent players, sort of build on what we did last summer, and we have a really good start to next season, and Harry Kane thinks, yeah, this is the place to be. I mean, he'd be a fucking fool, but this is the place to be. Is there any reality in that?
I think so. I definitely think so. I think it's totally there. I think Levy is 110% in that frame of mind. He has to be. He has to believe it because he doesn't want to sell him. Certainly not for a cut price, which is what he's going to get for him, or free. So I definitely think that's a possibility. And we do it. If we do it right now, it could all be. It's really not that far. I genuinely don't believe it's that far away. I think there's 2 big things we need to get: the leadership side sorted. We need a director of football and a good manager, and all of the names we've had umpteen conversations like this. All of the management names that we've been looking at, we're pretty happy with. We're going from really happy with your Nagelsmans and so on down to, the lower ranking of the manager we've been with. We're happy with still. We need some money spent on our defence, but we're not too far off. Then we really aren't.
I think the way as well that Kane's been talking, I think I saw something earlier, maybe Alistair Gold, maybe an article, some quotes, and I think it's like Kane was saying that I'll sit down with the chairman at the end of the season and listen to his thoughts about where we're going as a club, and it's kind of like how I can play into that, how I can affect decisions, and he was talking from that perspective. That it doesn't sound like that's a player that's washed his hands and he's going to go. It's like he's getting more involvement within operations or decisions or something like that. But also, I just think that he's been talking. He spoke about it in this interview, and he also spoke in a previous interview where he's saying. He's talking about Mourinho and Conte and the previous manager, and he says maybe we've lost some of the values that we had when we were like under Poch. And I think it's that kind of Levy leaning on him and using him as a soundboard to say we're thinking about getting this manager. How do you feel about it? Do you think it would bring the right connection vibes back into the changing room? Is this and I think Kane is playing a key role in that. So I just can't. I just feel like he's going to stay. Maybe I just want him to stay so fucking much that I will just believe and see anything, because I would be heartbroken if he walked away.